Hey guys, I had a problem recently where a client wanted to hire some headset mics off me. Unfortunately I only had lapels in stock, and the price of getting headsets in just for this one hire was a little bit extortionate to get the kind of headsets you want, like DPA and really nice Sennheiser ones. So I had these nice little lapels like this. And I tried a few of the really budget headsets that you can get off eBay and things, and none of them are really much good, to be honest. For the price they're great, but compared to the other, the lapels that I've got, not really. So I was looking for kind of the cheapest option to get nice headsets. So what I ended up doing is I ended up actually fixing the lapels to a headset. Just undo that. It ends up looking like such. So you've got the great sound of the lapel on a headset, and it only ended up costing me £17.70 to actually do one of these. So I'm just going to show you a quick tutorial on how to do that now. So this is what I bought. I bought a cord headset mic, which cost £14.95. Then some 3.2mm heat shrink. That was clear heat shrink. That was £1.30 off eBay. And some 6.4mm 1 metre heat shrink, which was £1.45. And the only other things you need on top of that are some scissors, pliers, a hairdryer, some super glue and some sandpaper. So first things first, what you want to do is you want to get this wire here, and you just want to chop it off just after this bit here. So you want to chop it about there, like such. Next, you just want to leave that little bit on there so it clips on as well. Next, you want to take the actual microphone off, so you take it to about there. I'm going to use scissors for this rather than wire cutters because it has a very sharp edge, and I found my wire cutters tend to actually just mash up the metal quite a lot, which makes it harder to smooth out later. So just take off the mic head, like such. Now I've got some sandpaper here, so what I want to do is I just want to smooth that down a little bit, just so when because it's going to sit next to the other mic head, and I don't want this to actually damage the other microphone, so with a little bit of sandpaper. Okay, and once you've done that, you just want to get your super glue as such, and you just want to get a blob of it on the end. There we go. So you just want to get a blob of that super glue on the end. This again is just to protect the microphone that's going to be sitting next to it, because I really just don't want that to start, over time breaking into the wire of the microphone. So once you got to that state, you then just take to the hairdryer or just leave it for 5 minutes to dry properly. The next step will be to actually put it on your head and reshape it, because this at the moment would actually just like poke you in the mouth. So this needs to bend out. I found these need to bend in quite a lot. It does fit really nicely, but you just need to work on it a little bit and bend things around. So I'm going to go do that now. Once you've shaped it to your head, the next step is to cut your heat shrink to size. Now I chose 3.2mm for my thin one because it would just about fit over the mic head. If you're using a slightly larger mic head to this, you might want to get something slightly bigger, but that just about fits because it's a 3mm head. So what you need to do is you need to cut one 8.5cm long bit of this, of the 3.2. So just measure that out. Okay, and then you want 3 really small band type ones, so I'm talking like 0.5 cm or less, just really small kind of things. They're just to hold bits on, onto the frame once you're actually up and running. So that's that one. That. Okay, and for your 6.4mm, you want a 3cm one, and then you want 2 half-centimetre things. So 3 there. And 2 half-centimetre roughly. Just a bit bigger than the band ones you did on the other side. That's probably about right. Okay. That's all the heat shrink you need, so let me move that out of the way. So how you put those on is you actually want to put them all on first before you start putting the microphone on or taking any of them down. So the first one I would put on are your 2 smaller 6.4mm ones, so you just feed them round from this ear. Feed them round through there. It's a bit tight to get over these, but you can just about do it. And then the other 6.4mm one, you want to feed it over and just put it over here. This one's quite difficult because you've got the bend here, so it might take me a while. Okay, so I've just got that round. So that just goes round on this bit like such. Now, for the smaller, for the 3.2mm ones, they don't go on this ear. So all the 6.4 ones, they come round here and go onto this ear. The 3.2 ones, they will come on from this direction. So what you want to do now, before you do the 3.2 ones, is you want to get your lapel as such, and you want to feed it through these 6.4 ones. So we'll just take that off there for a second. So just feed that through there. Just feed it through this one. Feed it through this one here. And we'll just sit it to there for the minute. So once your 6.4mm ones are on from this ear, and you've got your mic threaded through, what you then want to do is you want to actually take, if you have a look at these bits, this boom arm is just held on here by this little bit that's just clipped in. You want to do this quite gently, because if you do it too hard, you'll actually break the paint that's holding it onto the main frame. So you just want to very gently pop that out of the thing, and then you want to do the same with the next one. There you go. So this boom arm is now just loose. The only thing that's holding it on, in fact, is this 6.4mm one here. So that boom arm is now loose. So what you want to do now is you want to take your 3 small band type, and you want to put these on first. So you want to put the band ones on first. So you can chuck it over the mic head first, and then you want to chuck it on together like that, and just push it down. Keep pushing it down, just make sure the mic's on the right side of this. Push it down, push it down. And you'll go through the centre of the 6.4. Keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going, till you reach about there with the first one. Okay, and then the second one you want to put there, the third one you want to put there, so you do the same for both of those. Right, once you've got those 3 in place, then you want to do the most important one, which is the one that sits along the end of the boom arm. So to do that, I'll just pull that tight. Now I'm trying to get this bit of metal to sit there on the mic. so it's not actually touching the cable at all. That's hopefully going to be so. If it does rub, it doesn't actually break the cable. It just sits against the mic like such. So again, just chuck it onto the mic first, and then get the thing involved. Boom arm. I'm also putting the mic on the outside of the boom arm, so it's further away from someone's face. This is hopefully just to help avoid any sweat or anything like that. I'm sure there won't be any for the type of stuff I'm using these on, but okay. Now once you're happy with the position of that, this is what I do. I heat shrink the very end of this. Once you've got, make sure you've got all of your other bits on first, because if these aren't on now, you won't be able to get them on afterwards. There's no way, because you can't put them over the end, and you can get a few of the smaller band ones over, but it's just really hard. So basically, once this is on, that's your last bit. So you just want to get your hairdryer. So you've got that just in a good position there. So at that point, you want to get your hairdryer as such. Now I want to heat up the plastic, but keep my mic as cool as possible. So I'm going to try and go for the hot as possible, quick as possible, flash kind of heating up. So it means basically high speed, high heat, quick, off. See if it's done it, quick, off. I don't know if this is the best way, but this is the way I've done, and it hasn't broken any of my other ones. So here we go. Just let the mic cool down between times you use it. Right, that's looking pretty good to me now. So I've just actually heat shrunk the whole thing. You start off with this end bit here, just to get the mic nice and close to the supporting wire, and then you just want to heat shrink down the whole thing first. Then you want to put these bits back into their slot. Move the 6.4mm bits over there, heat shrink that, heat shrink the 3.2 in between them, heat shrink that 6.4, heat shrink the two 3.2s down here, and then heat shrink the 6.4 on the end. So you're doing it from there all the way down. And once you've done that, that's the... Oh, no, what you want to do after that is these earpieces which come with it sometimes come off. So you want to just put some heat on there, put some heat on there, and the plastic will actually shrink a little bit as well. I don't think it's proper heat shrink, but it will shrink and just help to hold it on a bit more. So you do that for both ears. Another good thing about this is if you wanted the lapel back, all you need to do is get a craft knife and very carefully cut down there, cut down there, cut down there, and you've got your lapel back. Then if you want a headset again, it will only cost you the price of, you know, a tiny bit of heat shrink. Also, this boom arm is still adjustable, so you can still pull the whole thing in or push the whole thing out, depending on if a person, you know, where their ears are in relation to their mouth. If you need it shorter or longer, you can still do that. You can still bend it. You can still do everything you would do with it normally. So I mean, I think it's a pretty good solution. It's very neat. Fine for corporate use if they want to use headsets. And yeah, let me know your thoughts.